La 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 la.
What are you doing?
I was just gaming.
Oh, so what were you playing?
Just a game that I made.
Bro, that is so cool! How did you do it?
Oh, it's simple. By watching this video.
Oh, you wanna make a game? Well, you're in luck. Join us as we follow the journey of the making of the brave warrior of the sea. A shooter game full of pirates, adventures, and breathtaking views. Meet Sogi King as he boards going merry, surviving against the marines in the notorious graveyard of the pirates. Grand Line. But before we ride the unforgiving tides of the seas, we must build our own ship. Yo-ho-ho-ho! For our game. Anyways, here is the tutorial. Enjoy! First, we will showcase the prerequisite tools or programs and also other resources that will be used to make the game. Second, we will describe each of the sprites and the rules in the game. Third, we will now create the actual game. And lastly, we will show you the finished product which we could play. After watching the video, I spent countless hours making the game, thinking of ways, calculating complexities, and now we have finished it.
Bro, what are you saying? It just took us a few minutes.
I was just joking.
A good day to you, Mr. Senyo. We are Group 3 from 4CSD presenting our project pitch titled How to Make a Game Using Scratch. Our group consists of Mr. Magpantay, Mirto, Provadora, and Valmen. Next slide. So our presentation starts by discussing the project philosophy, followed by the most common question asked, then followed by the storyboard of our video, followed by the software and hardware tools for the project, and lastly, the game concept overview. Next slide. So for our project philosophy, our group believe that the best way to learn about certain topics is through application and immersion. So as a result, we decided to teach programming fundamentals by creating a simple game. Our video tutorial is about the step-by-step process of designing and creating a game using Scratch. In this way, the viewer can learn while enjoying the process of game development. This will make the learning process more effective since we learn using a higher order of thinking by application and we enjoy the process of learning. Next, removes the syntax barriers. When we start to learn about programming, the syntax of the popular programming language is intimidating due to its complexity. A single mistake like forgetting to put a semicolon can lead to errors that make the code behave unexpectedly or not compiling at all, which discourages people from trying to learn programming. To prevent this issue, our group chose Scratch programming language as our medium of instruction for our tutorial. This programming language features drag-and-drop puzzle-like blocks to formulate the logic of the program. Next, philosophy is the art of game design. Aside from learning, the project will steer the viewer imagination through designing the game. The creative mind of the user is put to test in making not only a functional, but also an eye-pleasing game. And next, for the common question. For the first question, what is the project? So our project is a video tutorial about making a game using Scratch. It is a high-level programming language created by MIT that is primarily used for introducing programming language concepts to beginners and particularly to the child. So our video tutorial guides the user how to create the game, and we will show them how to get their own assets. And next, why create this project? So by creating this project, our group aims to bring educational content that will cater kids, beginner programmers, and enthusiasts alike through their curiosity and aspirations by guiding their first step towards the game development. Next slide.
The third commonly asked question is, what is the main focus? The main focus of our project is to instruct the viewers about the basics of programming constructs. To create our first philosophy, which is learning by doing, we hope that the viewers will be more interested in exploring these concepts. Lastly, what's different? The game is developed using the Scratch platform, which is simple and accessible to anyone interested in 2D game development. Compared to most game engines, Scratch requires minimal requirement in order to run in a machine. It also features project sharing, in which the users can explore other projects to learn further about Scratch. Next is the storyboard for our video tutorial. Our storyboard is divided into 4 parts. The first part of our storyboard is we will showcase the prerequisite tools and programs that will be used in making the game. We would also showcase some possible resources the viewers can get their assets if they want to make their own personalized game. Up next is the sprite design. Here we will describe the roles of the different assets and sprites and how they would interact with each other through the game development. Next is the game creation. In this part, we will walk you through the step-by-step process of making the game, and we will also demonstrate how the viewers can make their sprites move and interact with each other. And lastly, game demonstration, where we will provide a brief demonstration of the gameplay of the created game.
Next, we have the software tools. So these are the software we will be using in making this project. So first, we have Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects and Animate. So these softwares will be used to edit our video. So next, we have OBS or Open Broadcaster Software. So this software will be used to capture the screen. And then we have Scratch. So Scratch is our programming language that we will use in developing the game. Then next, we have Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator and After Effects, which will be used in making the visuals or the graphics of our game. Then for the hardware requirements, so Scratch on the laptop and desktop requires on the macOS version 10.13 or higher, and on Windows machines it requires Windows 10 version 1709 or higher. Then it requires a browser, so the recommended browsers are Google Chrome version 63 and above, Firefox version 57 and above, Safari version 11 and above, and Microsoft Edge version 15 and above. On the mobiles or tablets, so for iOS, Scratch works on iOS 10 or higher, and on Android devices, it works on Android 7.0 or higher. Then for the browsers, so on iOS machines, it works on Safari version 11 and higher, and on Chrome on version 63 and higher. Then now let's go to the game concept overview. So here is the title of our game, so Brave Warrior of the Sea, and this will also be the logo of our game. So our main character is Sogeking. So Sogeking is the alter ego of Usopp, the cowardly but dependable sniper of the Straw Hat Pirates. The name Sogeking came from the two words. The first one is the Japanese word Sogeki, which means sniper, and the English word king. When combined together, it forms Sniper King. And here is the Rifleman. So the Rifleman, in the world of One Piece, the Marines are considered enemies since they were against the pirates. The Marines is the military force of the sea, which is tasked to enforce law, safeguard international security, and perform military operations. Sogeking rides the Going Merry. So the Going Merry is a ship rewarded by Kaya, a friend of Usopp, after the Straw Hat Pirates successfully defended the Syrup Village on the Gecko Island against the troublesome Black Cat Pirates. On the other hand, the Marines ride the Marine Ship. A Marine Ship is a main transportation and combat vehicle of the Marines. So it has 3 sails and a standard paint of a blue-green as its base, and color accents which are either lighter or darker than the base color.
So Brave Warrior of the Sea will be set and span the surrounding sea area near Sniper Island, which is Soge King's hometown, which is a part of the Grand Line. So in the morning, this is how it will look like. And then in the afternoon, next slide, please. This is how we visualize it. And in the night, next slide, this is how it should look like. And then next. So these are the effects that will be present in the video game. So these effects will take the form of explosions and projectiles, which will be thrown by the player and enemy objects for example, from the Marines. So this will enable both sides to inflict damage to each other, which will conclude if the player would continue to the next level or not. So as the ship traverse the game world, there will also be water waves and splashes under the boat. This will give the illusion of the ships actually floating on water. Next slide, please. So let's expound. So the first effect is a projectile from Soge King's weapon, the Kabuto, or the Hokaku Boshi. So Soge King has a wide range of attacks in his arsenal. A notable example of this is the Hino Toriboshi, which literally translates to Firebird Star. It is a powerful attack in the shape of a phoenix. In some accounts, this technique is sometimes called Phoenix Star. Next slide. Next effect is the projectile from the Marines' rifles. So the Marines are the primary antagonists of the pirates, and their usual choice of weapon is a rifle. So this rifle shoots out high-speed, powerful bullets, which are powered by gunpowder. The first image is the bullet. Next to it is when the projectile has been triggered out of the rifle, and the last one is the effect when the bullet makes contact with Soge King. So it will show an explosion once the contact is made. Next. And lastly, with a game that is based on Pirates and Marines, their transportation is through the seas. So to make the journey more immersive and realistic, wave effects have been added during the traversal in the game. This would make the journey and the game more dynamic. So next slide. So this is a rough concept or overview of how we visualize our final output to be. So at first, Soge King will enter the map, and then a marine ship will show up. Next slide. And then once the Marines spot Soge King after a certain distance, then the Marines would become alerted and show this animation. And the next. And then in which the player would then be able to engage in combat versus the Marines. So this combat ends when one of them reaches 0 health, or when the red on the hearts above their heads reach 0. Next slide. So this is how the combat will be. Once the projectiles hit or collide with the sprites, Soge King or the Marines, an explosion will trigger. Next. And then when the enemy is defeated, this is how it will look like. And then next. And then when that happens, then the game is over, and this will show up on the screen. So that's all for our project page. Thank you.
Oh, wait. You did not catch some of the details?
Yes.
Oh,
That's because this is a project pitch. So if you want to learn more, please wait for the full video. See you soon!
Man, I can't wait to build my own game company.
Yeah, it's a long way to go, but we made the first step. And so did you.